Hello, and welcome to Xbox Tavern's X-Pod Tavern, episode 46. 46? My goodness. Where does the time fly? It's lovely Sunday evening again, and we're 8 p.m.-ish, as always. So we've got with me today, we've got Ross.
Hello.
Ian.
Hello.
Graham.
Morning.
And Daniel.
I'm back.
Oh, God. What do we do? How are we, gentlemen? How are you feeling, Daniel? Let's get that out of the way first. Are you feeling better now?
I'm still a bit rough, but yeah, I'm getting there slowly.
Don't
make me walk any flights of stairs or anything, because I turned into like a 70-year-old man who smoked 50 a day.
No, you can sit in your room and play Xbox all day.
Damn right.
Nothing else to do.
Yeah, true, I guess.
Unless I wanted to spread the infection to everyone. Between playing Xbox, talking to the NHS people every friggin' 3 days, and physically feeling like I'm dying, there was nothing else to do for 10 days.
See? You're being a responsible citizen of staying in and playing video games.
That'd be telling.
Oh.
or tease for later on. And when we will get to what we've been playing, the usual part in about 3 hours' time. So, a quick bit of plugs. We've done some reviews and stuff on a website called xboxtavern.com. That's where you'll find all of our written stuff, features, reviews, etc. You can also find our YouTube channel at youtube.com/xboxtavernofficial, which is where we're recording this and where we put up video reviews and features. And Daniel's got about 1 million little short videos and bits and pieces going up, so feel free to head over there or head over here. I don't know how that. Yes, head over there and subscribe.
Yeah,
and like and all the other buttons you should press when you're on the YouTubes.
We're on the road to 500 subscribers now.
Yes, we just passed 400 a couple of days ago. So thank you very much, everybody, for subscribing. And let's get to that magic 500. And speaking of 5 numbers, we're approaching episode 50 of this podcast. Can you believe it, gentlemen? Episode 50 already, flying by, which will be in 4 weeks' time, I guess.
Do not miss it.
How numbers work. It's going to be something special, hopefully. So please do, as I say, subscribe or search us up on podcast services, and hopefully you'll enjoy what we have in store for episode 50.
Are you going to tease?
No.
Are you going to tease anything?
No teasing.
No, we're just this tease. That's a gentle tease. Okay. It's going to be exciting. We're all looking forward to it, and it's going to be very personal.
Tease.
And we've also got a sponsor once again this week. So Ross, roll that thing.
This podcast is brought to you by MANSCAPED, who are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming champions of the world. MANSCAPED offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. MANSCAPED just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. So join over 2 million men worldwide who trust MANSCAPED with this exclusive offer for you: 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimised trimmer that makes shaving time your favourite time in the bathroom. It's time to get your own ball hair and body trimmer with Manscaped to make me time the best time and enhance your confidence with some nice, smooth boys. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code XboxTavern20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code XboxTavern20. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
I was listening to it.
So, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Manscaped, for sponsoring the podcast. And as it said in the advert, go to manscaped.com and you can get 20% off your order with the code XboxTavern20. And we'd appreciate that very much indeed.
Free worldwide shipping as well.
Free worldwide shipping. What could be better, eh? We're all quite fans of the Lawnmower 4.0, and we won't go into too many details, but
your balls will thank you.
Your balls, as they say, will thank you. Okay, so gentlemen, let's get into the topics of the week, shall we? And I suppose we better get this out of the way, haven't we? Because
I can't wait.
Someone's going to be interested in this. So, as we alluded to last week as a rumor, it's now been officially confirmed. So Remedy, is it Remedy? Sorry, yeah, it's Remedy.
Remedy
have confirmed that the remaster of Alan Wake is coming next month, which has now been confirmed as October 5th, as was previously rumored. It's coming to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Xbox consoles. and it's just the first game remastered, upspuffed and shiny and lovely, and probably still quite boring. So, Ian, why are you excited?
Because it's a fucking brilliant game, excuse the language.
There's no need to excuse language. It's how do we get G off the podcast?
Yeah. Well, it's not pink and pretty, that's probably why. But no, it's a brilliant game. For someone who's not really a fan of horror games and I get scared easily, I enjoy it. Like, I fucking loved it. It's a brilliant masterpiece of a game. And everyone should play it. And so should you, Jamie.
We had this discussion last week vaguely, but what one thing would you say it does really well? That the reason you should check it out?
And it was a torch.
Well, I think it just immerses you into the story, really. It kind of pulls you in for me. I really enjoy the aspect of I don't want to give any spoilers away for people who haven't played it, but I think it's just fantastic storytelling. Even through the DLCs as well, because that's part of the DLCs will be included in this remastered version.
Yeah.
And even the two DLCs, for sometimes in the games, DLCs are just a bit trash. But these two, they've nailed the DLCs perfectly from leading on from what happened at the end of the game.
Did they carry on from the end and not like inserted into the story anyway?
No, it just carried on. It's like a little extra endings for people.
Okay, fair enough. I think they're included in this remaster, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're included.
Yeah, happy days. So obviously Ian's excited, Ross is excited. Dan, Gray, any interest from you guys?
No, I think there might be a DLC for extra lumens into the torch. Makes the game a bit easier.
Makes it a flashlight instead.
Dear, dear.
No, that would be a whole different game.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
That would change the game dramatically.
I'm sure if you looked hard enough, there's got to be something like that.
There's a mod, yeah. Nexus mods or something will have you hooked up.
I was thinking about some certain adult website. There's probably some version on there.
Yeah, I don't want to know now.
Yeah, you do. Report back next week. Dan, any interest?
Yeah, I played it on the 360. Surprise, never finished it. However, as Ian said, the way Remedy tell this story and immerse you into it is by far a game I'm gutted that I've never finished or played right through to the end. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully my game sharing buddy picking it up.
Well, I'm definitely picking up, so he gets to enjoy that. But yeah, fantastic. It's just, yeah, I think it's just for me, especially someone who's not a fan of horror games, to actually grip me and immerse me into the story and actually want to invest my time and not be scared.
The storyline, as you were saying, Ian, is absolutely fantastic in that game. It was one of the best games that I played on the 360. I know obviously it's been rumoured for like years that there would be an Alan Wake 2 or something, anything to get you back to the Alan Wake games. But fantastic game. So glad that'll be coming back soon.
I think with this remastered, I'm hoping this kind of see everyone's juices flowing and be Alan Wake 2, especially now PlayStation people can play it as well because it's no longer Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
360 exclusive.
This is the first time it all came to PlayStation, yeah.
Mm.
So did you play the AWE expansion for Control? Because that was based around Alan Wake as well, wasn't it?
No, I actually haven't played that one yet. I need to pick that up because I've heard very good things about it. And I think I haven't played any of the Control DLCs actually, to be fair. But I know Ross, not this one down there, or in the middle, shall we say. He raves about it. It is brilliant. So I do something I definitely want to check out. Again, just finding time to actually play games recently.
Well, that's the eternal struggle, isn't it? That time is not our friend. So does this? Sorry, hang on, I've lost my train of thought there. Ross.
Yes.
Hi, Ross.
Hi.
I obviously asked Ian, is there anything other than the storytelling that you would sort of single out as being exceptionally good?
How they made it creepy. It wasn't there wasn't monsters, there wasn't jump scares, there wasn't anything like that. There was a tornado, I suppose was the scary part of it. But just the atmosphere, the reliance on obviously the torch and things like that. They just made the atmosphere. It's like what I was saying about Medium. Medium doesn't necessarily rely on things jumping out at you, or as much as there is a bad guy in it, you don't really get to see him. So it's how the game's atmosphere between the sound, the visuals, the way that your character interacts with the game in general makes it scary. So that was done really well.
And also, the fact that you got conserve, like say, it's not like unlimited ammo everywhere, like Gears or something like that. You've actually got to conserve your ammo and actually use it at the right time. Yeah. Otherwise, you're fucked.
So this is going to be a bit ignorant because again, I already said I didn't like it very much. But it's actually genuinely scary because I just remember being bored to tears more than anything.
It's not terrifying. It's not Silent Hill 2. It's not Outlast, but it's like a sense of uneasiness.
Yeah.
A bit like Blair. I know you haven't played it. Blair Witch Project.
Yeah, Blair Witch. That's probably a good way to symbolize it.
It's that constant feeling of dread, or eeriness, or you know when you feel uneasy, it gives you that constant sense of uneasiness. And as Ian mentioned, like you not having loads of ammo, a bit like Resident Evil at times, where you haven't got all that ammo, so you can't friggin' spaff all your bullets. On an enemy.
Something comes around the corner and it's 300 bullets in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you've got to be accurate as well. You've got to be careful what you're doing. You can't go blind flying. Everything's got to be conserved and things like that. It was a good game. It's worth, if you don't play it or try it and try and get yourself fully immersed in, you're missing out. You force me to play Gears. I'm forcing you to play this.
Yeah, you do yourself an injustice by not playing it.
I mean, I think I've got the 360 one because they gave it away for a while, didn't they? On Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass.
Was it on Game Pass? Is it? Okay. Yeah.
The non-remastered version.
Yeah, I might consider having a look, maybe. But pardon me, it's coming to PlayStation as well for the first time, and then I think Epic have got the PC exclusive thing for their Epic store, haven't they?
I imagine
something like that, because I think they're sort of one of the ones backing it. But obviously it doesn't really affect Xbox as such. It just won't be on their Microsoft store there. And then so October 5th, Alan Wake coming back. Very exciting. I can see Graham's very excited about this.
He looks so happy with his life, doesn't he?
Hello,
he's looking for his flashlight.
Yeah, exactly. He's actually on the website finding out Alan
trying to find a mod.
Yeah. No, I was looking up to see if it was different from what I remember, but it's not exactly what I remember. It was a lot of torch playing.
Did you ever finish it?
All right. Yeah, I completed it. A lot of dodging and torching. But yeah, it was all right. I didn't enjoy it quite as much as these guys, but it was kind of a middle of the road for me, but not really to my taste.
So I think I
still completed it. No, unless Jay fancies it.
Yeah, no, not really. You never know. I could be won over, but as I think I said before, I've never enjoyed any of Remedy's games really.
What?
I didn't like Alan Wake. I didn't like the original Max Payne's.
What?
I didn't like. Hang on.
How are we friends?
I'm digging myself into a bigger hole. Hang on. I didn't like Quantum Break. I didn't even. Well, I haven't really played Control, but what I did play, didn't really grab me. Alan Wake.
Control's brilliant. I played Control like 14 hours straight on a Sunday one.
I'm sure it's very good if you get into it, but I just that intro bit, I don't know what it was. I just like, it's all right. So
haven't played Control, haven't played Quantum Break, but the Max Payne games were fantastic, and then Alan Wake was extraordinary as well.
I was very late to Max Payne. I think Max Payne 3 quite in like 5-6 years after it came out.
The whole bullet time concept, just mind blowing.
That was what Stranglehold was good at, you know?
Yeah, and no, Stranglehold was a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was.
That's what put me off playing Max Payne.
Yeah, Stranglehold was terrible. But I like Max Payne 3, but obviously that was Rockstar, wasn't it? Not Remedy. So
yeah, Rockstar. Quantum Break is fantastic. And so is Control. I actually probably prefer. Oh no, I think Alan Wake's the number one, then probably Control and Quantum Break.
Yeah. So I've got a couple of levels into Quantum Break, but it just wasn't.
I think I liked it because Quantum Break's not a long game. I think the longest part is obviously the kind of middle bit where it's like the cinematic.
Yeah.
Like where you have to pick your choices and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, so basically, I'm sorry, Remedy fans, but not for me. But obviously, me and Dan sort of seem to be sitting on the lower end. Graham's in the middle. Ross and Ian are singing its praises. So you never know. We could be won over one day. But like I said, October 5th, we're looking forward to that. some people.
I think you know what we need to do was we need to petition them like Quantum Break or Control.
Yeah.
Project Game Pass, just so forced to play it.
I just don't understand.
Just so we're forced to play it. Yeah, so you're forced. Yeah, we're not getting.
Well, I've played it already.
We're not getting into this right now. We're not getting into this right now.
It's Control. I'll just play the PC version and get more achievements. Even though I'm retired.
Yeah, you retired my ass. All right, should we get on to some other video game newsing?
Please.
Yes.
This one's a little bit more up my street. So, those of you who remember WWF No Mercy on the N64 will be pleased to hear that the latest AEW, that's All Elite Wrestling, game footage shows it basically looks identical to how that used to play, but obviously without the characters all having square heads and hands that are stuck together. So it's only a very quick, brief look at the Jungle Boy wrestling Darby Allin, and yeah, it just looks identical to how you remember those guys playing. I know
seen this.
Myself and Graham used to play for play those sort of wrestling games. Ian, Ross, Dan.
Yep.
No, my first ones were SmackDown.
SmackDown was mine.
Well, the arcade WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble games, the
Mega Drive style.
Yeah,
No Mercy N64.
No Mercy was N64.
I think I played it a couple times with you guys, but
there was that and there's
Shockers as
WrestleMania
well.
2000, which
WrestleMania 2000 was the other one.
Yeah, but if you watch this footage, it's only very, very brief, and again, it's very early, but it does look like rather than having the SmackDown or the what's it called now, 2K21, sort of stuff. It's more immediate action. There's no faffing around with combo meters and stuff. And yeah, that's
when
really
it went downhill when they started having combo meters.
They just tried overcomplicating things.
Yeah,
they couldn't think of any decent new ideas, so they went the wrong way.
And I know obviously they're showing it off. Well, they're showing off what can be done, but everything looks like quite fluid. So they go into like a hurricane runner, drops down up into an arm drag, and then throws them against the ropes, all in one sort of fluid motion. But it doesn't look like it's one like set piece move. It looks like it's three moves they've strung together.
Yeah,
but it just works well enough to sort of be natural looking, as it were. And yeah, I think it looks really good. I don't know if you guys have. Well, I mean, we're not going to get into the wrestling discussion, but has anyone sort of kept up with All Elite Wrestling at all in the real world?
I've dabbled a little bit. I know CM Punk and Bryan Danielson are back.
He's back.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, CM Punk's back.
Marked it like a little bitch.
He lapped it all up.
I loved it.
I've been meaning to keep up with it. I've started to in more recent times, only in anticipation of Bray Wyatt appearing.
Although I will say,
he is my fucking bay and spirit.
As much as like, because everybody knew that. Well, I suppose you knew everybody was coming back, just didn't know when. So we all knew Punk was going to come back at Chicago. That was obvious. But I must admit, the one that I probably went tits for was when Adam Cole showed up.
Oh yeah, I went straight heel.
that was a big surprise. Obviously there was rumours he was going.
Yeah,
but to turn up so soon after his last match at WWE. Anyway, we're kind of getting into wrestling.
Yeah, because he turned up, went straight heel, and then said no one can fight me. And then Bryan Danielson came out.
Yeah,
so you can imagine like Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson versus Adam Cole might be a tasty match.
Heading towards Omega.
What they need is them two fighting, and then Bray Wyatt comes out and just beats the shit out of everyone.
I think what's brilliant about AEW is they're not really fussed about the titles there. They're allowed to make their own stories and do what they want.
Yeah, they've got a lot more creative freedom.
That's it. Whereas obviously WWE's all about their own creative team and shoving the fucking title down your throat.
I can see at least one other person be like, oh my God, how are they still talking about fucking wrestling?
Sorry. I feel like I turned into Jamie Resident Evil there.
Yeah, well...
I didn't even watch WWE that much anymore.
No.
We're all sort of lifelong fans, except for Dan, by the looks of it.
No, I used to.
You're not lifelong if you're used to then, are you?
Okay, not anymore. But I've been to the Royal Rumble. I've been to. No, I didn't go to WrestleMania. Where else? I went to a couple of the English house shows. I love.
Went to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
I went to Rumble. I went to Atlanta.
Which year was that?
Son of a bitch.
Oh God, when Edge came back.
80s.
No.
Sorry, that was an old joke. Not Edge came
when
back.
Edge came back.
Why not? Oh no, Edge won it.
That was recent then. No,
it was like 3 years ago.
No. So it was when he won it.
Oh no, the first time he came back for the very first. Yeah, no, I don't remember the one he's talking about.
In Atlanta. So I dressed up as Hulk Hogan.
Is that not where he put Jericho out? Is that not?
I can't remember that far back.
Sure, he put Jericho out to win it because Jericho was still in the ring when Edge came out, and it was like, holy shit.
It was it was an amazing time. Picked up the chair as well. Managed to get a chair. That's how close I was to the front.
You picked up the
showing
chair.
off now.
Got a chair, yeah.
If you get in like the front,
if
row,
you're in the
take
front
a seat home.
15 rows or 10 rows from front.
Keep your steel chair.
Yeah, because
What
it's
do you
got
keep your steel chair?
like the Royal Rumble logo
Yeah.
on it, and then like on the pad it's got like the wrestlers on it.
Oh yeah, amazing.
It's part of the ticket, I think, isn't it? You
Yeah, you
for that
pay
and you get
200
home.
quid for a ticket to sit, or 500 quid for a ticket that close, and then you got to
Thing
try and
is,
ship back this chair.
Gray was sitting here thinking, well, fuck, at least Dan's as bored as this conversation as I am.
I don't watch it anymore, but I used to.
Yeah, we always used to be quite big into it. Anyway, we're sort of getting off the topic here. Wrestling AEW, basically, video game, it's way off. It's been developed as well, I should have said, by Ukes, who actually made the N64
The old
games.
scores.
And the old school sort of WWE SmackDown versus Raw and stuff before 2K sort of took it over. So hopefully they can bring back some of that. Yeah, it should be really good. And the only thing, if you go back and play like WrestleMania 2000 or No Mercy now, the only problem really with them is that they're so goddamn slow.
Yeah.
So if they can speed it up but still keep that same one button input, basically, I think we're in for a good time.
One button input, making it sound like a fucking retard game.
Slaps.
One button input, and it's all I want to play.
No, but what it is, it's not that's the 2K one.
Too hard for Jamie.
Way too complicated. They're just way too. They tried to be too clever.
Too many combinations, wasn't it?
They just can't do it.
It's trying to be a fighting game.
Yeah,
even though it is a fighting game to a degree.
Yeah, but it loses.
SmackDown and Raw was the simplest form of wrestling and the best, because they had the best storyline, best move sets. You could be your own, make your own character, make your own matches, fight for your own belt, all that stuff. Not this, you can only play 8 months of WrestleMania and then you get to the championship and that's it.
Yeah.
Crap.
Yeah.
Do you remember that old school SmackDown ones on the PlayStation where you couldn't make your own face, you had to pick a wrestler's face?
Yeah.
I think vaguely, yeah.
Oh, it had to be Mark Henry. I just remember that. That was a skinny version of Mark Henry. I remember that. That's in my head. But like skinny body and then Mark Henry. Because he couldn't pick anyone else. Like, which guy's black guy? Mark Henry's the black guy.
Dropping stuff on the Rock.
Oh yeah,
Ollie was the Rock.
That was the Raw game.
Ollie always got the Rock face.
Fucking hell, they went proper slow on that one, didn't they? That was the slowest
that's
game
what I'm
ever.
saying. They sort of took it in the wrong direction. Whereas this, hopefully, will bring it back to the simpler, more enjoyable way of playing. So yeah, so we'll look at that. There's still no release date or anything. It's well early yet, but
no, exactly.
Hopefully we'll get a decent wrestling game at some point soon. All right, so that's enough about wrestling. Sorry, and welcome to Wrestling Tavern. Let's go to Redfall. Ian, I know you're as excited as I am about this. Have you seen the leaked screenshots that were put up the other day?
No.
Oh, outrageous. So basically, there was some screenshots put up from some sort of internal test that shows the game in action, some of the menus, some of the weapons and stuff you can get. Pardon me. And a lot of people were getting upset because it doesn't look like a next-gen game, despite the fact it's still like a year out, and obviously this is a really early test demo. It still looks pretty decent.
It
looks
screenshots as well. I mean,
exactly. I mean, there's one that I'm sort of looking at now that's got someone holding a gun up, and the entire sort of wasteland is really barren around them. But again, they're a year out, and this is like an early testing. So why people are getting upset?
Yeah.
Well,
why people are
getting upset? Because
I mean, people
because that's what people do, on the internet especially. But yeah, it looks all right. I mean, I'm still excited to play it. It looks more.
It reminds me of Division vibes.
Yeah, I was going to say like Left 4 Dead style, like the interface. And that looks more like that.
Well, Left 4 Dead's a piece of shit. So.
Whoa.
Honestly, I don't understand how we've managed to get a gaming podcast with people who don't know about games.
This is
honestly,
Ian.
To be fair, I did enjoy Back 4 Blood, but Left 4 Dead is still a piece of shit.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy it either.
Thank you, James. Graham. Thank you, Jamie.
Fucking rages. But yeah, so anyway, it looks pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's not the most technically stunning thing I've ever seen, but then it's very early, and who knows how long these screenshots are from.
Yeah, way too early to judge it. It's madness.
Exactly.
Also, when they did a lot of testing, they dumb down the graphics so they can do all these testing.
So they can test it easily and sort of get the performance up, so they can test the weapons and the movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Before they start.
And then they slowly start ramping up and features and little things and nuggets and stuff. Then they do that, and then they test it again.
Yeah, and it's not due out till summer next year. So, like I said, we're at least a year away, really, because I've no doubt it's going to get some sort of delay on it. And hopefully by then we'll be able to play Deathloop as well, which is out in a couple of days, but unfortunately not on Xbox. Wow.
Is there a date yet for Xbox One or not? Is it a
I
year?
think
It'll be a year
yeah.
from when it launches.
Yeah, so it's out next Friday, so a year from then, basically.
So is that about September the 20th next year?
Something like that.
Around
Yeah.
then.
But at least it'll come to Game Pass, hopefully.
Whoop, whoop.
Should do.
But yes, has anybody else checked out these Redfall images, or has
I'll
anybody
just
else
look at them
interested
now.
in
They
Redfall?
look cool. I mean, they're not, like I say, it looks like normal ones right in their first testing the game, and they've dumbed down the graphics. It doesn't look like anything's an issue at all. People just like to get up in their arms about
this
anything.
is like an internal test type thing. It's just not meant for public consumption, basically.
But
Which is
looking at
why
that
it doesn't
build
look good.
number
Whoa.
on the right hand side, it's like 1.1 by the looks of it.
There's something very wrong with the last screenshot, though, the 14th. There's like a woman who's like melting in the background.
Really?
Probably. Oh, yeah, my thing's freaked out.
But yeah,
It's closed there. Let's have a look. Melting ladies.
Is that the
weird old shape?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's a bit weird.
Looks like a
Eyeball in the
Thanos snap.
background.
But yeah, but that's what I mean. These screenshots don't tell you the whole picture. You need to see sort of trailers and actually stuff they want you to see to sort of probably get a feel for what the game
Yeah,
is
exactly.
about.
When they actually show a gameplay trailer, then you might
Because-
think, oh, okay.
Yeah, you're seeing dud screenshots from something they didn't really want to put out, and it's not really enough to judge it on.
But you know,
right.
people, the internet are fucking. Well, some of them are retards.
As we said, as we say quite a lot, the internet fanboys will take any excuse to take a pot shot. It's like,
Yeah,
at
and
the
all
other
the
side-
PlayStation fans like, oh, look at you, hot game's terrible.
yeah, and then there'll be whinging still. Oh, we want to play it though. Well, fuck you guys. Yeah, so I'm still excited for Redfall. I was thinking about Deathloop yesterday. I think all the reviews are coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah,
Some teasing
I'm
going
holding
on.
fire on it. I'm like, I'll wait.
I was like, is it enough for me to try and get hold of a PS5? Probably not. But I do want to play it because it does look bloody good. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we'll find out soon enough. All right, should we do one more quick story then, gentlemen?
Let's do it.
Daniel, I'm going to let you take over with this one because, I mean, I've got to admit this isn't really anything up my alley, but Microsoft has acquired Clipchamp, and this may help Windows and Xbox's terrible video editing tools, which is, to be fair, they are pretty fucking terrible. So, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, God, they're terrible.
Why is this exciting?
Thank you for pre-warning me that I was going to read this one. I should have read into it.
Many times.
So we know the editing app on the Xbox was dreadful. What was the first one we had? Like when the Xbox One first came out, they kind of
Upload
pulled,
Studio, wasn't it?
Upload
they
Studio.
pulled it like they were like, oh my god, you could do this with your clips and that, this, that, the other.
I didn't realize they pulled it. I went to edit something not long ago. I was like, where the fuck is the studio gone? It's just disappeared.
Yeah, I think they killed it. Just, I think it was the back end of the Xbox One's generation.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're trying to push, obviously, us doing that social clipping thing all over again, which I don't know why, because it's a lot easier to send it to your phone and use your phone apps.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
Yeah, and you've got things like there's crosscode, I think it is, or clip load. There's a few things out there that can do quite a lot of stuff that are really good. I haven't got much more to say about it. I'm not.
Anything's going to be an improvement from what it was.
Yeah, I mean, by the looks of it, I'm looking further down at the screenshots and stuff. It looks like you can do all your editing on this one app. I'm not convinced because whatever they've given us something, it's never been overly great. And if it's on the console,
Hey, are they going to let you plug a mouse and keyboard in, you reckon? Or are you going to have to try and faff around with your controller?
I think you're going to be faffing around with your controller, your fingers. It's saying you're using the full, actually saying you can do it on your PC.
Yeah, that's the thing that makes the most sense. Like, you can have software that you can have on your Xbox that directly links to a PC app as well, so that anything you put onto the Xbox version of it, you get access to in the PC, so you can edit it, put overlays,
But then you're already going around there. You've got to go from your Xbox to your Windows PC to transfer that clip over. I don't know. I can't see this being very good, if I'm totally honest with you.
It likely be an improvement, like Graham said, but is it going to be something we'll use often? Probably not.
Most of that do it, as Dan said, they're going to take it off the Xbox and do it elsewhere, the phone, the PC.
Yeah, because it's easier, isn't it? I mean, the way the clips work at the moment, if you do save it onto your console, it will then upload it onto the Xbox cloud. However, you've got to leave your computer on or your Xbox on for it to then download to or upload to live, so you can then pull it from to your phone.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know, and I think there's a charge on this by the looks of it. I think there's a free trial, but typically they reckon it's going to cost $9 a month for a 720p video,
which is what it is at the minute. But there was, I think later on they said about they could include it in Game Pass perhaps, or some sort of pack-in with Windows and stuff like that.
Yeah. We'll wait and see.
But $9 a month for a 720p video is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm not. That's
I mean, I use Lightworks for the rare times I do videos, and that's free, and I can do 720.
Yeah.
Admittedly, not necessarily with all the features and bells and whistles, but it does the job for me.
That's the thing. Like sidetracking there. Obviously, I used Lightworks before I got started on Premiere Pro, and the only reason I switched to Premiere Pro is 1080 and 4K uploads. Because on Lightworks, you can do everything that you want to do on Premiere Pro. You can do like your fancy pop-ups and lower thirds and things like that. You just can't do them in 1080. So if a free service can offer you that video editing capabilities, then having to pay for 720 seems like a bit of a poor deal.
There's loads of stuff. I mean, as I mentioned, I think it was Clip Cross or Cross Clip. They, I think, have got a free service as well. And then they've got the paid version where you lose the watermark and you can go to 4K. I don't know. I think Microsoft, they're either trying to burn some money for no reason or thinking this is a market that people, I mean, everyone shares clips, don't they, on YouTube?
Yeah.
And
I suppose it might be good for like the younger lot, perhaps, if they want to share their clips with their friends and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, if they bundle it in with Game Pass, it's another service that would be free for us.
Why does Microsoft just not get any Bedwell Gatto?
They do, and they send all the stuff to Major Nelson.
Good old Major. We'll have to get him on here one day.
One day. I need to.
I'd love to talk to him.
Well, we'll go. I'll email that Jeff Rubenstein again, and we'll get him on first because he agreed.
Damn right. Yeah, you heard that.
Look at me making waves,
making connections.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think that's probably about it for the news stories, isn't it?
Yep.
We've got some NFL to watch, so we've got to get cracking.
What do you mean we've got some?
We missed one though.
What do you mean we've got NFL to watch?
I say we. Well, one of
I'm glad you're paying attention.
On the screen as well.
Oh, look! I thought it didn't start till 9:30.
No, it's been on since 6 o'clock. Pat's game is half.
Oh, okay.
Pat's game's 9:30.
Pat's game's 9:30.
Oh, I see. So, all right. So we're talking about wrestling. We're talking about football. We'll talk about some video games at some point. Speaking of which,
did you forget? We didn't mention about how Grand Theft Auto 5 is delayed again to the new one.
Have we also talked about how the Grand Theft Auto next gen version looks exactly like the old one, and people are going tonto about it? We can discuss that quickly if you'd like. So
March 22 is when the next gen version of Grand Theft Auto is going to come out. They haven't given a date in March. It's in March.
It was originally in November, wasn't it?
Same as the old one.
They pushed it back.
So delayed
March 22 or March 23?
March 22, we're in 2001. Right?
Yeah, so in 2022 or 2023?
2022.
That was a joke. Never mind. Okay.
I don't get the joke.
Don't worry, it was
I think just let him off. He's ill. We passed
dying in his make.
Fly past it.
Was he thinking it's the wrong year? I don't know. But yeah, it looks exactly the same. I don't notice a difference. Like,
it was poor.
Finding people.
Yeah.
People are like, what's the point of this?
They've touted like enhanced visuals and gameplay.
Yeah, and they said that the big feature that they made a big issue about was instantaneous switching between characters.
But it's pretty much instantaneous if you use the Series S.
Yeah.
Even the Xbox One wasn't that bad, actually.
No.
Yeah. So yes, it's again, it's another way for them to sell it again and bump up that number up to taking over whatever it is. Minecraft is the number one game being sold forever. I mean, online they showed the teaser obviously at the PlayStation event, and there was a very brief teaser for online at the end, which looked to me like it had a lot more players, but I can't remember how many players there currently are. Is it 32?
32 in free roaming, and then is it 20 or is it 30 in a race?
Yeah. But it looked like that lobby, the apartment they had was packed, and then they had people flying around outside in planes and DeLoreans.
I think that might be AI, isn't it? In like maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but yeah, again, they haven't actually given any specific details, but they've delayed it like 4 months. So we shall see. But it certainly does look like the old game, just slightly. Probably
not even slightly pretty.
Not
I
even
wouldn't say
really
that.
shiny, no, because we already got the 4K version on the One X and stuff. So
yeah,
who knows? But anyway, so you got to wait a bit longer to play GTA 5 yet again. But in the meantime, we can play our 30-day, 30 day video game challenge. Which
try that again.
We'll try that again, yeah.
Almost finished. What happened to Dan?
Which is this week we're on question 28.
Yes.
So again, as I said last week, we've only got 2 questions left after this. So if you've got any ideas, hit us up at Xbox Tavern on Twitter or in the comments on the YouTube video or wherever else on social media or contact details.
I was thinking we could do this, but we could switch it. So rather than say your first video game, your last video game, your favorite, your worst.
See, that's not a bad shout, Ian. Ian's always coming with the hot ideas. That's not a bad shout. We can. That's if you've got a better idea than that, you come at us. Otherwise, I think we'll go with that one.
There we go.
Hit us up on Twitter at Xbox Tavern. All right. So yeah, favorite game developer is day 28, question 28. And I'm going to go to Graham first. Graham, who is your favorite video game developer and why?
Yeah, I had a think, and considering the amount of hours I've soaked into some of these, for me, it'd have to be BioWare from, a lot of the different games I've played through, from obviously the Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic based games, but my stuff went even further back from like the Baldur's Gate series as well, and Neverwinter Nights, not the horrific multiplayer thing that's on there now, but the old school ones. Yeah.
Like the isometric RPG type thing.
That the Knights of the Old Republic remake is not even getting BioWare involved.
Yeah, I did. I struggled to go back and play kind of older games, which brings me to the next one of BioWare's is Mass Effect. But it is one that I bought. I haven't actually played it a bit of it, but I still haven't gone back to that bit yet. But obviously, when that thing released, it was immense. Yeah. And still is. And there's just loads more. This got Dragon Age, Jade Empire. There's so many of sort of BioWare's games that I've sunk hours and hours into and that are very memorable. Their storytelling is quite decent. So that would go down as my pick as my favourite one. I could always get stuck into one of theirs.
I think as you said, back in the day, they were certainly sort of right up here, weren't they, in terms of the Mass Effect and Dragon Age and stuff.
Even Neverwinter Nights, didn't they? They did that. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
The loads of the isometric ones, Torment, there was so many that they did.
I don't think they're quite where they were once upon a time. Although I did start the Mass Effect Legendary Edition the other day, and I spent about 6 hours getting through the intro of the first game. It's still very good. Even though I played it already, I was just talking to everyone, reading all the codexes. Like, this is how you do storytelling. Really good.
They are one of the best.
It's the sheer depth, like as you say, like in the codex. It's just you could just sit and read that for hours. There's so many things.
Jamie likes cadence, so.
Don't you? I will not. I'll let you do whatever you like, Ian. You can say whatever you like about me, but do not smear me with that cunt's name. We do not have that in this house.
Don't worry, Jay. Before Caden, it was Carth, I think.
Fucking Carth is the worst. And again, they're the same voice actor. So whoever that guy is, I'm very sorry. I'm sure you're a lovely person, but fuck you. Stop voicing characters. So BioWare. Okay, right. Daniel, your turn.
Yes. So I struggled with this because I couldn't think of who I wanted. So I've gone with Microsoft. I know, terrible. It's terrible. I was going to go with Gears, and I was going to go with Epic.
Oh, Epic.
Epic, because I wouldn't really say, because the Coalition games haven't been as good as the Epic ones.
Well, yeah, and then I was like Epic, and then I was trying to think of other games, and so I've gone with the banner of Microsoft, and I've gone with all their.
It's a safe answer.
He loves Microsoft Solitaire. That's why.
Well, I can't. I just love flipping those cards off. It's boring. It's cheesy. It's terrible. I mean,
as you say, you've got a massive umbrella of studios now, haven't you? So you can
exactly. I've enjoyed the Halo. I've enjoyed Gears, and those are the games that I'm. I kind of really liked. Why? I don't know why Ross is laughing.
No.
Yeah. I'm lost. I don't know why.
Likewise.
Yeah. Move swiftly on to someone else, or I think they're going to be laughing far too much that we're not going to be able to.
All right, well, let's bring him back into it then. Ross, what's yours?
So I had put Bethesda. Just very similar. The thing is, I think with Gray saying about BioWare obviously had Mass Effect, Dragon Age, but obviously they've had so many bad stories around them that put me off putting BioWare. I suppose the same could be said about Bethesda. Obviously, the Elder Scrolls series, Fallout series, fantastic games. Wolfenstein, just they've got a massive back catalogue of fantastic games. And then the penny dropped that I hadn't actually put Gearbox in. And the amount of time I've put in with Gearbox, I feel like they should probably be the one that I sort of pitch my flag with and go for them.
Pitching your what, sorry?
My flag.
Flag, sorry. Okay.
So yeah, Gearbox 2K, I suppose, if you put it like that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
The Borderlands series.
Just the Borderlands, or was there anything else that sort of
mainly
stirs your
Borderlands?
loins?
Mainly the Borderlands, I would say. Just the replayability for them, for somebody like myself who likes sort of min-maxing my character, playing with Borderlands, playing different types of playthroughs and things like that. So like allegiance runs or one lives or stuff like that. There's loads of different things you can do in the Borderlands series. So they've definitely got the most replayability in most games that I've played.
Happy days. Fair enough. All right, Ian. I'm still trying to recover from a second there. Ian.
Hello.
What about you? Who's your favourite video game developer and why?
Like I say with everyone else, similar vein, like trying to think, what is your favourite? Because there's so many different games out there and different playabilities. But then I've really drilled down to really what game do I actually buy every year and actually buy physically, go and get like a nice little physical copy of. And that has to be Pokemon. So all the Pokemon games I love. It's my guilty pleasure. It has to be Game Freak.
Wait. Why is that a guilty pleasure? You should be proud of that.
Oh, well, some people are like, oh, look at that.
Fucking
kiddies game. But yeah, I love Pokemon. And also they developed Tembo the Badass Elephant. And I really enjoyed that game.
Oh, was that them?
Yeah, they did that.
Oh, okay.
I only found that out today when I was looking up Game Freak other games they played. Like, what other games did they do apart from Pokemon? And I was like, oh, Tembo. It's quite cool.
The Pokemon games are always immense things.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, Pokemon's always me. I love, never going to stop doing it. So
fair enough.
That's my game.
I genuinely thought you were about to rickroll us there.
With what?
Well, you would say about Pokemon and say, I'm never going to
catch them all.
Never going to give them up.
Never going to give up.
Never going to
give you up. Never going to let you down.
So quick recap then. So we got Daniel, we got Microsoft, Graham, BioWare, Ian, the Game Freak, and Ross, Gearbox. There we go. Thank you.
And now for you, Jamie. What did you
do this? What did you
go on? Yeah, go on. What's your terrible developer?
Terrible, fucking terrible. The default answer, as you would expect, would be Sega. But the more I thought about it, the more that was more like back in the day. Obviously, as Graham alluded to earlier on when we were talking Burning Rangers and Panzer Dragoon Saga and Sonic R and all that sort of stuff. Lovely. But I think in terms of and the here and now, my two favorite games ever are Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time. So it's got to be Nintendo. I don't think. I know they do put out
Pikmin. Who did that?
Nintendo and
Okay,
Mario. All the Mario games. F-Zero. I know F-Zero kind of is Sega and Nintendo together on the last one on the GameCube, so I kind of get both in there. But yeah, I
can't knock it. They publish all the Pokemon games.
I don't think I've played like a main Nintendo game that I haven't liked, because obviously, like I said, Pikmin, Zelda, Mario. It's just they're just always perfectly just brilliant.
They announced Breath of the Wild 2.
It's coming next year now.
Next year.
They announced it way too early, but that as soon as I played that jumped to the top of my best game I've ever played. I
wasn't saying how bad a developer, but considering the amount you've talked about is either Resident Evil or Sega-based games, your favourite is neither Capcom or Sega.
I did originally have Capcom and Sega written down.
I thought Capcom would have been there.
Purely for Resident Evil and purely for Sonic. But then again, like Capcom, I like Resident Evil, but I don't really like any of the rest of their stuff, like Devil May Cry or...
Yeah, but then I suppose
that... It took 4 years to complete Sonic Mania.
But then look, that's the same with me and Gearbox. Like, I didn't play Brothers in Arms and games like that, but Borderlands, I absolutely adore. And if that's...
All right, well, I pick Capcom then. Fuck it. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck so, I'll pick Capcom.
More chance of you picking EA than bloody Nintendo. I'm surprised.
Right, again, I just love like the Zelda games. Pretty much sold it, and then again Mario, Pikmin, F-Zero. I can't fault any of them. So yeah. So personally, in my heart it's Sega and Capcom, but logically it's got to be Nintendo.
If you could only play all Zelda or all Resident Evil, you couldn't play one or the other. Which one would you pick?
Oh, Ian. The problem is
he's changed it now.
No.
In that criteria, there's no way you're playing all the Zeldas, all the original ones. They're fucking way back in the day.
The original Zeldas, I don't really like.
You play that Game Boy shitty Zeldas as well. You have to spike all of them up.
Yeah.
Hey, Link Awakening was good.
I like the 3D ones. I'm not a big fan of the 2D ones.
Like you play all of them.
I'm really glad I've never played a Zelda game.
Oh,
yes.
I mean, how are we friends?
You're always on about
you're on about us.
What's this shit all about?
I was too busy with Pokemon.
I thought you were going to say having sex.
No, I was far too busy with Pokemon. I was obsessed when I was younger.
As long as you weren't having sex with Pokemon, I suppose.
No. Oh, jeez. Poor Pikachu.
Fucking Jigglypuff. Right, anyway. So, again, if you've got any ideas that are better than Ian's, where we flip and reverse the current questions we got, hit us up. Let us know. And if you agree that Nintendo are probably the best, let me know.
Yeah.
I don't know which one you prefer the most.
Yeah. Who do you side with? Hit us up and let us know.
Twitter poll.
Not saying bad, it's bad.
You do 5 in the Twitter poll?
Well, we can get rid of the Nintendo because nobody cares about Nintendo.
Oh, fuck my life. Right, okay. Hang on. That means no, we're not getting into this now. We've got to wrap up. We've got to wrap up quickly.
We do.
We've got football to watch.
40 minutes.
Jesus Christ. Right, Daniel. What have you been playing while you've been off ill with COVID and dying and playing video games?
So, you'll be pleased to know I jumped back onto Resident Evil Village.
Yes, you did. Right. So Resident Evil anyway. So back in 1990.
Let me get my pillow.
Carry on.
Ian will be finished Resident Evil.
Oh, good man.
Yes.
I'm impressed with that one.
So was I.
I'm very proud of you, sir.
So it took me, I worked out that I was only about 3 hours away from the end. And I powered through and I finished it. And I have to say, I'm not a mad Resident Evil fan like Jay, but I enjoyed the story. It took a twist and a half, twice, I think. Yep. Corkscrewed. I really enjoyed it. I think this could be one of the, depending on one of my top 5 games of the year for this year.
I'll give you that.
Without
delving into too much detail, would you say the castle, Benevito, Marolg, what was your favourite part?
Oh, hated Heisenberg.
Okay.
Hated it. Hated it. I think it was probably my best. That was near the beginning.
The man had... the castle. So you thought the castle was the best part?
No, Dimitrescu's mansion was the best, I think.
She didn't have a mansion, she had a castle.
Okay, castle, whatever. But I played that in probably the longest chunk as well, so that's why I think I enjoyed that more than the others. So Heisenberg's, crap shat of a whatever it was plant, I chopped that up quite a lot and didn't play it in enough kind of stint, if that makes sense.
Because I found that part to be a real drag. I remember when playing through it, I think I swayed that to you, Jay, that part, and I really that was a drag.
It felt like a slog, especially as like you go through it, you think you've done it, and then you go to the upper level.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, faff this. And that was where I was stuck and then done the 3 hour and finished it.
That part definitely suffered from the traditional Resident Evil bit where it just kind of run out of steam between the sort of like the beginning of the final act and the actual end of the game. It's sort of, like I just need to get through this bit, and it just kept dragging on and on and on.
Yeah,
it was still good, but it certainly wasn't.
It wasn't as good as the others, and you would have liked a nice, because it came to a climax, and then you had some more to do. You would have liked like a massive kind of shoot off the kind of like jump off the ledge, and you didn't get that jump off a ledge. You kind of got and it kind of petered out. So it was good. Happy with it. That part was an arsehole. Had to use a guide for it as well because
what part was that?
The Heisenberg. I was getting around and really getting frustrated. So done and dusted. Happy I finished it.
I don't think we're far enough on with how long that game's been out as to properly discuss it yet, have we? It's still a bit new to be.
It's still a bit newish.
I mean, you can always go find our spoiler cast, which is up on YouTube.
Which was a very good
Xbox Tavern, which was a wonderful time with me, Ross, and Ross.
Yeah.
I like the way the irony wasn't lost on him. The fact he played a game about a horrific virus and a game of zombies.
Whilst he was dying in bed with COVID.
Whilst being infected himself.
Yeah.
Practically a zombie.
I didn't get the irony on that at all as I was hacking my guts up.
I meant to say, Dan, in response to you being dying a painful death for when stuff happens that we can't discuss.
Yeah. I don't need it, mate. I am fine for 3 months now.
Who said it was you?
I'm immune. I'm immune, and I can't take those results. Test positive.
It's got them Resident Evil superpowers.
Yeah. He's got a T-virus pumping through him.
The Umbrella Corporation hooked me up.
Oh, yeah.
some nemesis.
Some sketchy guy called Wesker said he would be fine. It would be all right.
Yeah. He was always wearing sunglasses indoors at night. Don't understand it. Anyway, the second game I'm going to talk about is Song of Iron.
Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this game.
Yes. It's really good.
Have we finished all Resident Evil? Sorry.
I finished with Resident Evil.
We haven't finished all about Resident Evil.
Yes, we have. We have. Yes, sorry.
We have.
All right, carry on.
I've closed the book on that. Song of Iron. I have completed that game as well.
Did you enjoy the game?
Good man.
Yes, much so. So very much like Limbo. Oh, the other one escapes me. Say it again. Limbo. Ian. This you are a Viking, Nordic mythology all around this game. Completely, you fight Thor.
In the game,
it's really in the game. Yeah. It's really good. It's the story's a bit weak. You start off a loved one, air quotes, a loved one dies, and then you basically just hammer the shit out of everybody with whatever weapon you can pick up, and then takes a real left turn right at the end.
It looks fantastic.
It's really good. The only issues I had with it are the controls feel really heavy. However, you're a big brute of a Viking, so okay, I'll take that. It's fine. And then the things that you have to fight along the way are just really cool. Like there's massive bears, huge ogres, as you can see, just pop up on screen. Like I say, you fight Thor.
How long is it?
I don't want to divulge how long it is. 2 hours.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
I see Ian going, achievements.
Yeah.
You can boot people off cliffs. You can throw your weapon, and then 3/4 of the way through, you get an ability where, as you throw your weapon, kill whoever you kill, you can call it back. So it's like Thor's hammer in Marvel.
Okay,
it's awesome. It is such a good game. Really enjoyed it. Made by one guy, and then I believe the composer saw some trailers and then sent him to say, please put this, I want to write for it. Yeah, amazing.
I mean, that little trailer
Really,
that I
really
just had, what I thought was really awesome about it is some parts of it that your character in was really quite bright and quite animated, and then others almost like a shadow type idea, but the like fire or explosions were happening at like just further along than you, which were all in colour, but your character was still sort of grayscale.
What they do with dark light,
it looks amazing. It looks really, really well done.
There's a part where you go through like a cave and it's pitch black. You can see like shadows and outlines of rocks and stuff, and then you can, like, your D-pad is where you can use your abilities or your powers, and like as you saw on one of the trailers, all his like armor comes up in like cool blue, and you could just get that silhouette.
Yeah, it looked like it was like it had runes and things on it. Like
yeah,
you could see it
so
animated.
cool. And like with it's either Inside or Limbo, I can't remember which one, but what they do in the background, so in one of them you've got like a dragon that comes up round from the back and comes forward.
I just seen that in the trailer, like you're running across a bridge and there's a dragon underneath it.
Yeah. So what they do with about just hands up, it's really worth playing. £15, £16 for a 2-hour game. All right, it's maybe not comparable, but like I said, they're blown away by that game.
If it's a decent 2 hours, it's not so bad. It's different if it's a
short game.
If
you've got a game share partner.
Game share partner should have it for free. You should play it. Definitely play it. It's so good. It really is good. It probably took me a good few sittings, because like going through, you've got to unlock certain up the next area. But that's just me and not sitting there.
Is there much to sort of explore? The case of going from left to right.
There is a couple of exploring areas where you have to do. It is all left to right, but there are a couple of bits where it gives you a bit of verticality, and then again you're doing left to right. And just go with it. There are certain parts where I thought, like, there was a cliff you saw earlier. There's a massive battle there on that cliff. That took me 2 days to work out what to do.
So it'll probably take us about half an hour.
Probably take 10 minutes, mate. But it's a case of when you're looking at things, don't go. If you've gone left, if you've travelled all the way from left to go up, you don't need to go back down. Just fight or don't fight and just keep going. You can go left to right and that's it. Like, there's certain things you're like, oh, wow, you can actually do that.
No, I just Games Master.
No. I'd be absolutely terrible.
Level 3.
If you've gone left, but really gone left.
Is that clear enough for you, boy?
If you see a cliff, don't go left. Yeah. So it was good. So 2 games off the sheet this week.
That's impressive for you.
Hey, that's a game.
In fairness, you've laid in bed all day and not done anything for the last week, so I would kind of surprised if you didn't complete a game.
Yeah, well, I was incapacitated for 3 days, so I've done all right. For my 10 days off.
Happy days. Okay, all right. Let's get to Ian next, then, just in case you have to shoot off before we finish. Ian, what were you playing, sir?
I had a bit of a break this week after my million score extravaganza. But I did start playing Madden 2022 ready for.
And how is this year's entry so far?
Where do I start?
Yeah, I've got some thoughts on this as well. So,
like, it's like last year's, but a bit of nice glossiness to make it a little bit better, prettier. But reality is, it's still pretty poor.
What this is it's not Madden 22. It's Control C Simulator 22. Because that's all it is. There's nothing that looks different. They've changed the way that they put up the plays up on the bottom of the screen instead of on the side part of the screen.
Yeah, they've changed maybe the intro bit when you first start a game. They've done this random meter at the top now, which I found changes my gameplay. Momentum meter, I think they called it. But it changes nothing at all whatsoever. I haven't noticed it. Maybe I need to up the difficulty to notice something different.
Well, I'm playing on. I play on. I'm not quite all Madden stage.
No, I do.
And I didn't like. I've started. I haven't jumped into a MUT or anything like that. I went in and faced the franchise to see what it's like. Quite cool. Bit annoying that you can't
Bit
really
cheesy.
skip stuff, and you cut.
No.
Sort of like, ugh. Obviously, it starts down the whole. You play 2 college games to make yourself look super amazing before you enter the draft and stuff like that. So,
and then also you normally get number 1 pick anyway. And
yeah, like I've just won the college championship against Clemson. Haven't played much more of that. I might get a bit more of it played before the free trial cuts out tonight.
Like I say, like it's one thing they've had which didn't have last year was you can actually play as a linebacker. But
yeah, I like that. Yeah, that was quite cool.
But you don't really do much. Like, 'cause obviously, you're just waiting for the snap, and then you just and then that's it.
But that's the same as whenever you play as a skill position. If you play wide receiver or running back, you've got to rely on the computer picking your player to get involved.
And the thing is, though, with wide receiver, you don't even have to touch anything. You just let it go and you hold Y to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Or hold B to catch the ball. That's it. It's not really much different. If you actually play quarterback, you want to have the most fun with it. Exactly. But I found the franchise mode quite cheesy, a bit boring. Again, you can't skip anything, which is a bit frustrating. I just didn't. I actually preferred like 2017. I think 2017.
Yeah, but
when the long shot.
Yeah, the long shot.
Love the long shot. That was great.
Yeah, a proper storyline. But yeah, even then that was cheesy though. But it's an actual proper story. It wasn't you. It was just random characters.
Yeah, it was like the journey from FIFA.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
This is a cocker. This year. Shit, really.
You know what thing that bothers that bothers me as well is like, so when you were doing the Face the Franchise bit and you were like prepping for the season, you go in and like you speak to a trainer about like if you want to do extra work, and none of it had voice lines. It was just a little speech bubble up in the top corner. You're like, this is like the biggest this is your biggest American football game that like there. It's the only one, I suppose, but. Why is this not voice acted? Why is there not somebody doing the voice lines? It doesn't have to be a different voice line for every time you speak to this character because you don't speak to them that often. So you should be able to have 3 or 4 voice lines that it rotates around them. But the fact that it's just this bubble that's like you have to read and like they're sitting there in the office bouncing off each other and you're like, just put in that little bit extra effort to encourage the immersion, not break it as soon as you enter that room.
There's one thing which I'm surprised they haven't done, which they kind of do a little bit, which is make your own team and actually put it into like a franchise mode and like trying, like, you know, you've got to try and sign players, try and get some players to come to you because you're a new team, you know. That's going to be a lot harder. Then obviously you have to go through, you have to get a draft pick quite early on. So obviously you get an early draft pick, you might get a few good college people. But then there's nothing like that. The only thing they've really got is where you can actually relocate your team. But again, you've got to be a shit team. Like Tennessee Titans or I mean the Raiders maybe. The Raiders can't be now. The
Raiders can't because they've just moved. But you can't do that right at the start though, can you?
No, you have to wait. And then next season, you got to sim all the way to next season before you can do it. So I think I did it when I was playing it. I did Titans straight away from the off. So they're the only team I could let me do it. I couldn't really go for all the teams. So Titans let me relocate straight away, but I had to sim a whole year. And I simmed the whole year. Obviously, no man in my team got a week. I think I called myself the London Black Knights because again, you can't pick your own random name. It's like a name out of like 2 or 3 names. I think it's like Bulldogs, keep myself for the Titans, or be the Black Knights. And because I'm black, I'm a Black Knight. So then again, it's just a bit. I think they just try to kind of they just rushed it a bit. I think they ran out of time maybe for. Oh, that's from last year. We'll do that. Add that in there. The ultimate team's a fucking slog as well to get that started. We've got to do so many scenarios before you even get to the ultimate team. This
is what I hate about the ultimate team for Madden. They could make the Madden ultimate team blitz the FIFA ultimate team because as much as you've got like an abundance of cards in FIFA, there's 3 times as many in Madden. Because you get like the standard card of, say, take it for a Patriot, like Stefan Gilmore. You've got a standard card, and then you'll have like a Fuck Master card or a Muck Master card, and then you'll have like a Player of the Week card, and then you'll have Muck Throwback, and then you'll have there's like 30 cards for one player.
I know like in FIFA they do like the special like a Player of the Week, but then none of the stats really change. But not as much as Madden do. Madden do it shit. Load.
Madden you can get like one of the basic cards and like level it up, so like you get the entry sort of guy of say he's like a 70 rated. But then by the time you add in, like, if you go like the prime ones, the prime upgrades, you get them up to a 99. And you're like, how does that happen?
And the stream's crashed.
How indeed. How indeed. Yeah, I just had to reset my Xbox, so I thought it was my Xbox. But it's, the streams over here have shit the bed. I don't know why. It couldn't possibly.
Could have been possibly the Madden chat.
Good job. We're talking. Good job. Ross got so angry. We've lost. Well, if you're obviously the recording will still be fine, but if you are watching, we apologise. The streams got lost.
Yeah. We'll just have to reboot real quick. But yeah. So Madden, has anybody got any questions? Because I haven't got nothing.
Well, my review will be out this week on it, so you can read that on Xbox Tavern. It will be. I've literally, I can see it here written, so I've got to send it to you. We've got to proofread it first and then send it to you. So it will be out this week when Jamie puts it up later. I was
going to ask about MUTs, but I won't bother now because you did gloss over it. So
what's that?
In Madden, so their Ultimate Team. Have they pushed more the Ultimate Team? And that's why the rest of it is all copied and paste, or it feels copy and paste, or is MUT exactly the same?
I haven't really much chance. I've done a little bit of Ultimate Team, not a lot. I need to play a bit more Ultimate Team to kind of. That's my last bit of comment I need to put on my review. But again, I think it's such a slog to get to it first. We've got to do so many different scenarios, and then again, there's like Ross said, there's so many different variety of players. It just gets a bit annoying. I've never been a fan of Ultimate Team in no matter what, like the NBA Lives, the FIFAs. I fucking hate the FIFA ones.
Well, their money goes.
That's their cash camel. That's where they make the money, and it's so frustrating. Another thing that annoys me, which obviously, if you're achievement fans, which I'm not anymore, there's no point.
You're right.
Not need to play Face the Franchise at all to get any achievements. Everything can be done in normal franchise mode, or playing the game manually, which is good because Ultimate Team there's no achievements for, or Face the Franchise. So all of it's done through the franchise normal mode where you just pick your favorite team and then take them to the Super Bowl, win MVP, win Rookie of the Year. So yeah, I mean, like I say, if you're an achievement hunter, but again, there's also 2 unobtainable achievements at the moment on the Xbox Series S version, Series S and X version. But the Xbox normal version, Xbox One version, it's all fine. And now I'll stop talking about Madden.
Yeah. So one very quick question. I'm going to regret this, I'm sure. Does the actual on the pitch gameplay, is that the same as it always is, or is that still not very good either?
To me, I'll be honest with you, they've added this momentum meter, made it look a bit different by the graphics and stuff. But for me, I still playing the same plays I'm used to, and I feel no different. I'm still scoring touchdowns by being ridiculous. Yeah. I don't find it as much different whatsoever in the way it's playing. There's no real there's nothing noticeable for me from the last version to this version. Like I say, that stand out, that's brilliant. No, it's exactly the same as probably since 2018. Maybe it hasn't really changed much.
Okay, so typical EA, basically slap a new coat of paint on and charge the same amount of money.
Slap a new paint, got the new players in. If that, they've still fucking got Cam Newton and our Patriots. And yeah, move on. Away you go.
Fair enough. Okay. Have you been playing anything else?
Well, I have. But I'm not going to dive into that.
Okay.
Because I've got a podcast that's gone long enough, and I've got football to watch.
He's got football to watch. We've got football to watch.
Quickly, shout out to World Cup. I hit level 60 now, so there we go.
Woohoo! Is that the cap?
Yes.
Cool. Good. Nice and brief. That's what we like. Right, Ross, I was going to go to you next, but I don't know if I can fucking stand to bear talking about another sports game in a row to Graham.
Graham
for spitball. I played FIFA.
Yeah, that's how I was going to mention that. I said I played that, but I actually haven't played that, so I can't lie. The game I played is one I'm currently reviewing, but I got it a bit late, so it's already been released, and that's Tales of Arise.
Tales of Arise.
Yeah, which is a pretty decent looking game, and from Bandai, who have quite a good reputation in these kind of games. It has the same sort of feel, the movement and everything of the Dragon Ball Z game that they did, sort of the way the character moves around and stuff, the animation and everything. So pretty decently animated, and yeah, the story is good. I didn't realize that it was part of a Tales series, because I actually dabbled in Tales of Vesperia, which is apparently the same series as before that. I didn't actually get to finish.
There's a lot of Tales games, I think, in there.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. So it might give me some others to sort of consider checking out. I'll try and through this one, but yeah, I've only put in sort of an hour or two into this one already, and yeah, it's got the hooks in. It's got quite a decent story. tiny bit linear, as in there's not much room for exploration other than the obvious. You see a slight nook in the map, you think, oh, there's going to be something at the end of this, and 9 times out of 10 there always is. And but it's got all the key features that you want in this kind of big story game. So you can save where you want, big plus. It allows for fast travel, another big plus. Something that's been missing quite a lot of the games I've been playing recently, but this one's done it all very well. And you can switch between main characters, so you can have your sort of sword-based character start off with, or you can switch to the gun-based character. And the way the skills are kind of done, it's very sort of Final Fantasy-esque in sort of maybe Final Fantasy X kind of in a way. They've got sort of skill rings that you can just invest sort of skill points to learn different they call them arts, but they're kind of like special moves. And so it's quite clever. You can customize a strategy for your AI-based characters. And this game has conquered something which a lot of them haven't done, is that AI is very decent in following instructions. So
what your teammates, you mean?
Yeah.
No way.
So I went down early. I went a bit gung-ho, got knocked down. She danced around, stayed alive, and revived me, and then healed me. And she stayed alive pretty well. She kept out of the combat, and yeah, very good healer. And yeah, surprised at how well the AI does.
That's the first time. I mean, like, I remember it reminds me of Gears when me and Jamie did it, trying to get the AI to heal us or revive one of us.
Yeah, they just like stand next to us and be like, revive me.
Yeah. Just stand like, oh, hello, are you okay? Oh, are you sure you want to be picked up? Oh, okay, I'll pick you up now then. Thanks.
But yeah, they've just got so much instructions. You can tell them to sort of be a bit more reserved. You can tell them to be way more attacking, to reserve their sort of, or preserve their magic, and just or be a like ball to the wall healer. And you can even make, I think this was something that happened in Final Fantasy 13, you can turn full auto on, so it kind of battles for you. Kind of really takes the gameplay of the game when you're not even playing the battles, but it's an option. You can do semi-auto or manual or full auto and let it take control. But the option's there. And
so outside of the battles then, is there like story things to pick? Is that dialogue choices, or is it just a straightforward story?
Yeah, it's a straightforward story. There's your usual side quests. You can speak to everyone, and it's got a clever little bit that it's added in. So when you speak to an NPC, once you speak to them, you see a little tick next to the name to show that you speak to them, so you're not hearing the same stuff over and over again, which I thought was quite a neat touch.
That's cool. Yeah.
But as I said, it's kind of linear. You know where you're going, straightforward. I don't know if it opens up a bit further in the game. I'm eager to find that bit out. But at the moment, it's you need to go here, you need to go here, you need to go here, and there's sort of no kind of explanation yet. But it's still quite early on, and it's quite a big game. The story's quite good, and yeah, I'm sort of digging it at the moment. So I'm going to chuck in a few more hours into it, and I'll be writing stuff up. But at the moment, it's ticking a lot of good boxes for how sort of an RPG should be done.
Decent, right? It sounds like something I might enjoy.
Yeah, I think the Tales series, like you said, has been going for a long time, and it's always been one. I remember hearing what's his name, Colin Moriarty, talking about it over the years, and he's always been like the Tales series, Tales of Vesperia, like I said, or Tales of Banderia, or something like that. There's loads of different ones.
Yeah, there was. I didn't realize there was four until I realized, that was quite a similar name to that. I wonder if they're related now. I thought, there's a whole series of them. Definitely might have to check that out once I'm done with this.
Yeah. Damn right. Cool. Anything else you've been up to then?
Only other than that, while I was waiting for that one to appear, I had a couple of dabbles into Craftopia and Hades, but I know you've been dabbling into that, so I'll let you speak about that one.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to go to Ross because has anybody got a timer, like a stopwatch or anything? We can just set him 60 seconds.
At least just think about this. At least Pete's not here, because if Pete was here, you might as well get your blanket and brush your teeth.
I'm not going to lie, that Madden chat was pretty close.
To be fair, yeah, that's true.
All right, go on then, Ross. Regale us with this week's Football Manager update and hopefully something else more interesting.
Second season Premier League, both teams sitting one team sitting just in the European places. I think he's sitting fifth at Bristol City. Brentford sitting just outside. I think I'm sitting in ninth at the moment. So just outside the conference.
Fucking outrageous.
No, not even European football. Disgrace.
Just fucking.
In fairness, that was due to a rather tough run of games. I had like Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United back to back.
That's just excuses.
So it is
Excuses.
Yeah, Ross, come on.
Recently,
say Spurs.
Both teams have met each other. Bristol played Brentford. It was at Ashton Gate, so Bristol's home stadium, and it's bad news to say it was an absolute arse kicking for Brentford. Brentford were utterly humiliated in a 4-0 defeat to Bristol City. So my
heart goes out to you there.
My mate's got bragging rights for the foreseeable future until we play again at the Brentford Community Stadium.
Can I ask a very stupid question very quickly?
Go for it.
Not that I want to extend this any longer than it has to be, but do you play the matches or do you just set the tactics and just watch them play out?
Yeah, so that's how Football Manager works. You set your tactics, set your team, and then you click into the game and you see your little. If you're watching 2D,
so he beat you, but he didn't directly sort of control it, as it were.
Well, you're controlling you're not controlling the players. No,
you don't physically move the players. You've got to manage your team, tempo, your tactics, your formations, things like that. So
I'm glad I asked. Carry on.
Or how aggressive you want to be, which would be you. You be aggressive slider all the way.
All the way to the top.
Get the red cards, please. Yeah.
So it was a convincing scalping for Brentford. Brentford were humiliated in this last game against Bristol City. But just coming up to, I think we're just coming into December. FA Cup, both teams are still in it. Bristol City are still in the Carabao Cup. They have Arsenal in the semi-final. And then, like I say, just one team sitting comfortably in the European places, possibly pushing for a top four. Brentford sitting just outside, but they've just won two in the bounce and then drew the last one. So hoping to bounce back to form there. So hopefully, turn of the year, both teams will get back into the European places.
Happy days. Happy days.
Quick question. I know we regret this question as well now, but I forgot. Why Brentford and Bristol?
We done it with Brighton and Derby. The other in 2017, we picked two teams in the Championship, just picked random teams and just decided to go for it. So there's no
good a reason as any.
There's no allegiance. There is a little wager on between the two of us. Whichever team wins a European Cup, regardless of which one it is, the other person has to buy them their team's strip with their star player on the back of it. So if I win, my mate Graham, he has to buy me a Brentford top with my star player on the back of it. Vice versa, if he wins, I have to get him a Bristol City top. So yeah, that's their little wager between the two of us to make it a little bit more interesting.
And don't worry, we won't see this in the podcast because Ross will never win that.
No, so you'll probably not see.
So if you do win this, we want to see that. We want to see.
Yeah, we got to see the picture.
I will make sure there's a picture top with. We
want to see you wearing in the podcast
with Kimbundu on the back of it, which is his star striker.
You're not playing with the original names either, aren't you?
We're playing with fake players, so it makes it a lot harder to try and source players as well.
Yeah.
So I've got a Finnish player, Lassi Cosito, who's probably going to be my star man, and he has a Frenchman called, I can't remember his first name, but Kimbundu is his second name. So that'll probably be the two football names that'll be on the back of the tops when they get ordered, which will be interesting when the team shop are looking going, who the fuck is Cosito? He doesn't play for Brentford.
You could be setting him up for a magnificent career in real life football.
This is true, yes. So that's a Football Manager update. There will be more next week.
And probably the week after.
And the week after. And the week after.
Weeks after that, yes.
And in positive news, Buffalo Bills are losing.
They are, but I don't like the Steelers, so I don't want anyone.
We don't want Bills to win, though.
I know, but I hate the Steelers.
Yeah.
Positive news that's sidetracked that we didn't put in the news, Football Manager 2022 will be day and date on Game Pass for PC and Xbox console. So
very excited about this.
Not everybody's happy about that on the podcast, but it's good to hear that they're getting a day and date for Football Manager.
If one of you fuckers suggests that for Project Game Pass, I'm gonna fucking riot.
Hey, you make it to a vote.
Hey, in fairness, it's probably the one that I'll actually remember to play.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Did you know I was a second in the world to 1000 G Foot Manager for the PC? On 2021.
I don't get anything for coming second, mate.
Yeah, I know. First loser.
Come first. But anyway, carry on. Right, Ross, anything else before we carry on?
Just like I
No
was
one
saying,
wants to come first.
No, it's always better finishing second. As I was saying with Ian, I've been jumping. I jumped into the Madden.
Oh, fuck my life.
you said it. You shouldn't have said why.
It was. I don't want to say it, but it was free to play this weekend on PlayStation. So I jumped into that. Was playing Face of the Franchise. Like Ian said, not much difference in it. I still enjoy the mechanics. I'm not averse to playing it, even though it's just rinse and repeat. But nothing that I've seen so far looks much different to 2021. So I might pick it up, but then again, I might just wait till it goes in a Game Pass inevitably.
You might as well wait. I honestly think you might as well wait to go to Game Pass because it's just. Or when it goes free to play again, probably over Thanksgiving, it'll go free to play.
Yeah, so
when they start the holiday, if you want 1,000G, you'll complete it. But
not outstanding, but not shit. So it's FIFA. Most of us jump in and play it regardless year to year, even though they don't change it.
But the career mode in FIFA is so much better than the one.
Yeah,
in Madden.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, that's all for me. Nothing else. No other sports related titles.
Any good games?
Yeah.
What have you been playing, Jamie? What have you been playing?
All right, well, very quickly, because I know you've got to shoot off in a second.
No, it's fine. I'm sitting here so I can watch it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the main one
as long as you say where it's not evil, then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go.
I mean, the main one was, no Resident Evil this week, I'm afraid. The main one was Sonic Colors, which I alluded to last week. I got my review up this week. It's very good. Has anybody ever played Sonic Colors before? It was a Wii game released.
No, I never played Sonic Colors.
I don't know.
Is it good?
Yeah, really good.
Is it good?
Yeah, but I would say probably. I would say Generations is the best 3D one, but Colors I would say would just be just below that.
What about Forces? Do you like that one?
I did like Forces, but this is better. It's really good. I like how, because obviously they introduced the wisps, so I forget how many there are, about a dozen or so, and they give Sonic different powers to use, so he can shoot up like a rocket or dig into the ground or lightning speed jump around different diamond shaped type things, and the way they use them in the levels is really clever and they're really good. The levels are really short. I feel like I missed something again. I definitely missed something again, but yeah, well, so yeah, really good. It took me about maybe 6 hours to finish, but I want to go back and try and get as many of the red rings as I can to unlock the extra levels, which are like races against Metal Sonic or races in like little challenge zone type things.
So quick, do they have like the special stages like in the original ones? Obviously,
No. It's
special stages.
The only thing, probably the biggest knock I would say against it is there's 7 different areas, I think, if I remember rightly, but each one has got 7 acts. But it's not like
so there's no like Supersonic or anything like that.
You can get Supersonic, but you have to get all 180 red rings and beat Metal Sonic in all 6 races and clear all the stages, the extra sort of challenge zone stages to unlock him. So effectively, that
sounds way more of a slog than.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at about 105 red rings now.
Yeah.
But some of them are just going to be fucking impossible, I think. But yeah, and the level design is really good. It's like the old, like as I said, like Forces and stuff like that. But it seems a bit more stable. Where I don't know if you remember the older 3D ones where you'd fall through the floor or the camera wouldn't be able to keep up. This is just flies along nicely. Each level maybe you can beat in about a minute or so. If you're just flying through it, but obviously if you're going to collect a little bit longer. Yeah. The only thing, again, the only other issue really is later on they rely on a bit too much of like the slow down platforming, which Sonic has always been a bit naff at really compared to other games.
Oh, okay.
There's bits where there's platforms you've got to jump from one to the other, and he feels a bit heavy and he doesn't quite control nicely. And as soon as you get flying along again, it's really good. But when it slows down, it's just not as enjoyable to play. But those bits are few and far between. Really good.
Your main comparable. Which music? Is there any good music on this one?
There is. The main theme's awesome. And they're actually releasing a vinyl with all the themes and stuff on it coming soon, which I would get if I had a vinyl player.
Yeah, Jesus, I'll stand. He's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Everything is Sonic.
So the music's great. It looks great. The story's a bit naff. The only problem with this remaster, outside of the things I said just about the gameplay, obviously they've upspuffed the visuals to 4K and it all looks lovely and shiny and stuff, but they haven't touched the cutscenes. So when you go into a cutscene, it drops down dramatically to look really like what's the term? Artifacted video, which is in about like 480p with audio that's incredibly quiet. So I had to turn my headset right the way up. And they went back into the game, so they're like, what the shit? But that's more of a technical issue. I mean, there's been reports of other technical issues, but I think that's mainly on the Switch version. The Xbox version is really good, run pretty well. Other than that weird cutscene thing where it just seems to drop in quality quickly. Really good. Very enjoyed it. Very much enjoyed it.
Happy days.
Well worth a play. Again, I know you like Sonic as well, Ian. Definitely check it out if I were you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I might
good.
We look into it.
Yeah, there's lots of flippy and roller coaster style levels and grinding and
things explode in the background.
Super fast bits and really good, really good. And the only other couple of things I've been playing real quick this week, Hades. I finally started that.
What do you think of it?
We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago. And like, not normally my sort of thing, like that roguelite, die and start again type thing. I fucking love it. It's brilliant.
It does look spectacular. I've not had a chance to actually jump into it yet, but it looks amazing.
It's hard.
So much fun. It is hard. Yeah, I've got my arse handed to me many times, but I like just how like immediately you've got the dash, you've got the attack, you're just sort of flying all over the place. And even though you're still quite weak, you're more than capable of handling at least the first few areas before you get your ass handed to you against a boss or something. But
it's all about learning and developing.
Exactly. You learn and you go back and you can upgrade some things permanently. And then you start again and you get new weapons so you can carry with you. And then as you go, you meet different gods and they give you different powers, which will help you. And then the upgrade sort of lasts while you're alive. And as soon as you die, you lose them all again. But I really love the loop. It's really quick as well because I've played it. I think I'm on my 8th or 9th attempt to escape Hades at the minute. And each one's probably only been maybe 10, 15 minutes long.
Oh, okay.
Have you managed to escape at all, or are you still?
I was playing on the console, and then on the last couple of attempts, I've been doing it on the cloud because I've been playing with a little controller thing, and it hasn't quite been responsive enough on there for me to actually.
You need that reflex of this.
You really need that instant reflex.
Have you got to the Hydra yet?
No, the last one, the last sort of main enemies were there was 2 twins with bombs and stuff I was trying to fight.
Okay.
I can't remember their names, but they've kicked my ass several times. But I really enjoyed it. I think it's again, considering that's not normally my sort of cup of tea normally.
Yeah.
I think it's excellent. I really do. Like just how immediate the action is. And even though it's hard.
It looks outstanding. I need to jump in. I need to get a time to actually sit down and enjoy it. I think this week might actually be the time I get a chance to play it.
Yeah.
That's the same. I was like, what game do I start? I really want to play Hades. And I realized, I've got to play Psychonauts as well.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing Psychonauts. We'll get into that in a second very quickly. And the other thing, other than Hades, which again I'm really enjoying, I will carry on playing it because it's a good one to pick up and play just if you've got 10 minutes to play. You don't have to sort of work your way through a whole run. You just play for a bit and stop wherever you like. Again, like I said, Gray, you can save and quit wherever. We played some Craftopia, as you alluded to earlier on. How are you finding it? Because you got a bit further than me,
these are the games that used to sort of keep me ticking over because it's a proper cycle-based thing. So you need to do this to get this, and then you can go back to do the harder bits and just keep going up through the cycles. And it's good. It's kind of like Minecraft mixed with sort of Fortnite mixed with Phantasy Star. So there's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to sort of mine, and it's not overly difficult. But there are loads of different. There's even a Pokemon element here. That you craft a little monster capturing device.
Yeah.
And you have to capture animals, and you can either put them in an area for farming them for resources, or you can throw them in a generator wheel so they generate power batteries for you. So they're like spinning in a hamster wheel.
Oh my God.
It's quite funky, but there's just loads of different gimmicky bits. And then once you get that so far and you can build sort of vehicles So I let Jay have a go on the motorbike and the helicopter that I built.
Yeah. And I shared that with my kids today when I was playing with them, and they were like, "Oh." Flying up, and then they crashed into the sea and destroyed it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a pain when they destroy because it takes you so much blue resources to get to certain bits.
Did you know as well you can run in those hamster wheels to generate batteries?
Yeah, but
I didn't know that. Yeah, it's tedious, but they were like, you could just run in it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that's no fun.
as you sort of found the other day, it's definitely more enjoyable with 2 people in it. Like,
how many can you play with?
I think it's 4 players in total.
Oh, okay.
Is
it Game Pass?
Yeah. Game Pass. It's game preview, so it's not finished yet. But
why do you think they limit it to 4 people?
Because it's still glitchy, pretty damn glitchy.
No, but I mean, like most games are just 4 players. Why do you think that?
I think that's because it's just old school. It used to be 4 because that was just many ports they were, and they just kind of stuck with 4 as a round number before things start getting a bit crazy. But at the moment, I don't reckon any more than 4 would be welcoming because this game can get a bit sketchy at times.
Yeah. I was going to say, but trying to get 5 people to play one game together in one point is difficult enough anyway.
It's because you're never on, Dan.
I think you've only managed it once, and that was Rainbow Six.
Yeah, but even the limitation.
One match.
That was awesome, if you feel. We need to do that again, regardless of Project Game Pass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll be up for playing more Rainbow. But
definitely same.
Yeah, Craft Open is very good, very enjoyable. Like I said, it's not finished yet, so we're pretty much up to the final age now. Graham helped me along to get past the next couple ones. And I was playing a bit more.
Oh, so you've got, what do you mean by the ages? Sorry.
So when you spawn in on the island, the very first one, you get you've got to craft a bucket, or you got to craft a sword, or
you start with wooden stuff and iron stuff.
There's certain requirements that you've got to
have
hit,
so many resources,
and then you can progress the age so that you unlock more things, so like better weapons.
You can build bigger things, different things,
and then then the next age requires a certain next set of skills or resources. Sorry. To unlock the next age, which then gives you more stuff to unlock.
I see. So it's like going through
but it's not civilization. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. But you need those because you can unlock further parts of the map. You start off in a bottom left of an 8x8 grid, I think it is. And as you get more resources, you buy more islands that are got bigger level enemies in it and a bit better resources in it, and so you can go back, harvest that, bring that back to your main beginner island and start progressing even further.
So or you can go to each island and build them up as well, so you can have a home base on every island, I think.
Not without its bugs. Halfway through playing with Jay, my helicopter became invisible, so I couldn't use it. I think I took a clip. Jay was in an invisible helicopter, so just sitting on his ass flying through the air.
I had that this morning actually when I gave my kid the hoverboard. She was just floating around on nothing. But we were sitting next to each other, so I could see her screen, and she obviously had it. I was like, okay.
And I found out they had a super bug that I ran to a giant boss, and the game crashed out and said it just shut my Xbox off.
Oh my God.
What the fuck happened there? Turned it on, and it said your Xbox overheated. I was like, the fan's not even going. I put my hand on top of it. It's like, it's cold. What the fuck? Turns out it's a bug with this game. Yeah. It's just, if you got to certain areas or something, it can sort of kick it out. But it didn't cause my Xbox to overheat, but it gave that message. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it definitely wasn't overheating. It's
still in preview, so there's lots of bugs. I mean, they've I started playing it, and since we played the other day, I think they've introduced more items that they literally says work in progress. Give it a go and see what you think, type thing. But it's well worth a go. It's really enjoyable. It's really chilled out. And it's just fun if you like that sort of thing, which again normally I don't. It's just fun to sort of just chill and build and mine and gather resources and then there's dungeons and stuff to fight your way through once you've got some weapons and stuff. Very good, very enjoyable. Cool beans. All right.
Decent.
So recommend it definitely. Psychonauts 2 is our Project Game Pass of the month. Has anybody else checked it out? Yeah, I know Dan's been playing some.
Dan's flying. I think Dan's the one that's leading the group for everybody for a change. It's a miracle.
Daniel, give us your rundown.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's every kind of, I don't want to say level, it's the wrong, every area completely changes in terms of how you can traverse the map, I feel. So they as you first start off, there's the training level, which doesn't feel like a training level. Then you move into the how much spoilers do I want to give? Not much. You go into a school, and you're kind of traversing round, and then as you go on to the next part where I am, it kind of adds another ability or another mechanic of how you traverse the map. It just keeps seeming on building on how you move. I'm quite enjoying it. I think Ras is a bit of a pain in the arse. I want to squash him, but other than that, yeah, it's
I don't
it's
know. I quite
good.
like him.
I didn't think I'd like the game, to be fair, when I first started it, and then I've been playing it, and it has grown on me. It is.
That's my fear. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm sort of hesitant to jump in to start it.
Get past into the school. Once you get to where I am, I'm by a casino. It, like I said, it keeps developing more and more. It is good, and it I think it changes the atypical how you play a platformer or how you play a game, and it's I don't want to say fucked up, but you can tell it's from a mind from someone who is tripped on acid in the 70s.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird and
living the same
visuals and stuff. I found it really funny as well. Like I said before, I've not really enjoyed many of like Double Fine's games before, but I genuinely was enjoying them, like the interactions with the characters and stuff.
Yeah, it is cool, and it's all it talks about mental health as well, isn't it? It's very much about jumping into people's minds and taking them over. So it's got like subtle mental health.
Yeah, all the enemies are based on like what's it called, like regret and
regret, depression.
That's
quite
like
anxiety.
Funny names on that sort of thing.
It is good. It is a good game. Like I said, you've got to just push through. I'm sure it's the first hour or so. You just got to break, or maybe half hour. You just got to break that little bit, and then you're like, okay. And the game just like
even the intro. To be honest, I already enjoyed it. It's just the traditional like what's it like character platformer type thing.
Yeah.
With combat and puzzles and traversal and stuff. But I'm enjoying it. I'm more than I expected to, considering I never played the first game.
Yeah, it's quite good that it leaves off just after the first one. So I think there is a recap thing that you can play, but I haven't. I've just jumped into it. I don't care what happened in the first one.
Yeah, if you let the game without pressing any buttons and started, there's like a 3 or 4 minute cutscene where it just recaps everything before you even get to the title screen.
Yeah.
Very, very much enjoyed it. Gray, you weren't necessarily very high on it last week. Have you tried it again? Or?
I haven't managed to dive back into it. It didn't sort of grip me. Like I said last week, it just felt like a typical kind of spiral platformer kind of style game with sort of very little kind of combat face of it and all good puzzles like burning the paintings and stuff like that. I was like, what am I doing?
Some of it's tedious, but like I said, if you can push through parts of that game, so I'm trying to think where you are burning the puzzles, that bit's a little bit kind of on the downward spiral, but as you keep going, it does get better. And then finding like there's so many like different collectibles and things you can do within the one level. So there's like collecting neon signs, then the weird purpley ore things, and then there's
the keys, the
psychic cards,
tags
keys,
back to the suitcase,
keys, bags. Yeah, there's so much to kind of grab and do. It's quite funny when I jump into a level like, I need to complete this level. I'm like, right, where's all the stuff? So I grab all the stuff first, and then I start doing the kind of the task at hand.
Yeah. I was playing it again earlier on, and I went to the store. I can't remember his name, but there's 4 tabs on the store, and there was like a minute tutorial for each tab, and I was like, what the fuck? Just let me get on with it. Why? It doesn't need to be this complicated. So you can buy a pin, and you can do this with this, and you can add these things. I was like, okay. And then I went to the next thing. Oh, and you could also upgrade your... No, it doesn't need to be this complicated. But other than that, yes, I am quite enjoying it so far. So I'm going to play some more this week, definitely. And hopefully Ross and Ian will give it a go.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, well, definitely.
Yeah, boy. Cool. All right. Well, that's our list of things we've been playing this week. Ross, new to Game Pass. There must be some decent things coming up.
To Game Pass. Where is my list? So, just done it for this week because there's a few coming the following week which are looking quite interesting. So this week we have I Am Fish on September the 16th, which is for console and PC. Skateboard, again, September 16th for console. And Aragami 2 on September the 17th for console and PC.
Wasn't that Games with Gold last week?
The original one, I think, was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, original one was.
Yeah, that one's been quite anticipated, I think, by a few members of the team. So we should check that out soon. Ian, anything leaving?
Yeah, we've got a couple of games leaving this time. So we've got Red Dead Online, so the standalone version they brought out for that. We've also got Hot Shot Racing, fantastic game. Definitely recommend playing that. You've got a couple of days left to play that. The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance Tactics, Thornbreaker, The Witch's Tales, and also being delisted along with leaving is Forza Motorsport 7.
No.
Yeah, so that's been taken down completely, isn't it? Not just out of Game Pass.
Yeah.
If you don't buy it now, you can't buy it again.
But you can still buy the disc-based version. And wasn't there Games of Gold? Or did I imagine that?
I think I've got it in my library somewhere. Yeah.
I know I haven't bought it, but I know I've got it in my library somewhere.
Forza games. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, go check them out, especially Forza if you want to check that one out, because that is literally going to be your last chance to buy it if you want to get a digital copy. And Graham, Games of Gold this week.
Yes, we have Warhammer Chaos Bane from September the 1st to the 30th. We have Mulaka from September the 16th to October 15th. Zone of the Enders HD Edition from September the 1st to the 15th. And Samurai Showdown 2 from September the 16th to the 30th.
Good day. So again, go hit them up before it's too late, even if you don't want to play them now. You can always download them, redeem them and download them later and give them a go in 10 years' time when you think, I'd really like to play Zone of the Enders. I never did play it. I've got it in my library. Right, cool. So, gentlemen, anything else to bring up this week before we wrap it up so we can go watch some football?
Oh, yeah, Football Manager. So, about
Sorry, I blacked out for a second there.
Sorry.
I assume that was a no. Right, okay. Thank you very much for listening. If you made it this far, you're a fucking hero. And we love you very much. Hit us up at Xbox Tavern. You can give us some comments, some feedback, some love, some hate, whatever you like. I don't mind. I can take it. And also some ideas for some new quiz things if you can't beat Ian's idea of reversing what we already do. And check out episode 50 in 4 weeks' time. Come listen. Come watch. It's going to be wonderful. I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
What do we have for reviews this week?
Oh, I don't know. There's some video game reviews on the site. You can go check them out. There's loads. There's loads this week. We've been pumping them out real quick. We've had a good selection, a healthy selection of things. We've had Uoni, which was a review I put up this evening, which was Pants. We've had Phonotopia, which was by Jake, which apparently was really, really good. We've had Super Animal Royale, which is like a battle royale isometric 2D animal type thing, which Bubba reviewed, which was really good. And someone called Ross has reviewed some game called Tour de France this week. I don't know.
How long ago you had that?
Shut up.
When did that come out?
Shut up.
I don't know if I think
you can never bully me again.
I think the race might have finished this week. By this week, I'm not sure though. And we've had a few other things: WRC 10 and Struggling by our man Carlos. So go check them out. He's quite high on both of them. And of course, my Sonic Colors review, which is wonderful. Sonic Colors, what a game! Right.
Sonic
anyway,
Colors.
that's
See
almost how
your
the song goes.
true colors. Different game. Different game.
Oh dear me!
That'll get more to play though.
Everybody's Supersonic Racing to the end of this podcast. Right. At Xbox Tavern on Twitter. You can follow Ross at
Chaotic8389.
That's the one. Daniel.
At Chocolate 80.
Graham.
And Graham Reaper.
And Ian.
Nutty Ray.
Follow me at Ian Axan, or all of us at Xbox Tavern. As I said already, xboxtavern.com, youtube.com/Xbox Tavern official. Hit the like and subscribe and all that bells and whistles. Wonderful. That'd be lovely. And yeah, thank you very much, everybody. We love you. And we'll see you next week at 8 p.m-ish.
Let me in.
Ooh. Let me in. How do I stop this? End recording.
We don't need to stop.